Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be what the narcissist doesn't want you to see. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So yes, I'm going old school, no tripod, in the middle of a natural hurricane/storm. I found a little reprieve here where it's not raining. And I'm going to create this video, and hopefully I don't get too wet. The video I created a few days ago, which was what the narcissist wants you to see, that was met with a lot of accolades. And I had many of you email me asking me to create this video, what the narcissist doesn't want you to see. So here we go. First of all, the narcissist, when you were in the relationship with them, they didn't want you to see behind the mask. They didn't want you to see who they really were. The narcissist did not think you were smart enough to figure out who they were. The narcissist did not think that you were clever enough, or that you would break the trauma bond, or that you would heal. And what the narcissist didn't want you to see back then was that they were triangulating you. Each and every day they were triangulating you. They were blaming you, blame shifting. They were gaslighting you. They were stonewalling you. They were giving you the silent treatment over and over and over again. And they didn't want you to ever figure it out. One of the main things the narcissist does, and there are so many of them, one of the main things they will do is financially abuse people. They didn't want you to realize that you were being financially abused. Go back in time when you were in that relationship. You probably had a lot of money, or a good amount of money, or you were stable financially. Well, what happened? The narcissist tried to slowly extract this money from you, and they did it. They had you putting a roof over their head. They had you paying for dinners. They had you paying for trips and vacations. They had you paying for their clothes and for Amazon and for their bills, example, smartphones or Netflix accounts. This is what the narcissist did when you were in that relationship. Now, you didn't know what narcissism was because you weren't taught this in school. So you didn't have the wisdom, you didn't have the education, and you were being taken advantage of day in and day out, week after week, month after month, perhaps even year after year, because the narcissist didn't want you to see what they were doing. The narcissist didn't want you to realize what triangulation was or is. It's my least favorite thing these people do. That is when the narcissist is trying to insert a third party, whether that person exists or not, to make you jealous and envious, to make you work harder for the narcissist. It is a very bold and brazen and manipulating tactic that the narcissist administers to people that don't know what's going on. So an example there would be if the narcissist came home from work, they may say something like, oh, so-and-so at work said I looked so beautiful today, or I looked so handsome. And then you would be scratching your head saying, yeah, but I tell you that every day. What's going on here? Well, what's going on is you have just been triangulated with somebody who may or may not even exist. And now that person is being inserted in between you and the narcissist. But back then you didn't know they were a narcissist. So now you're thinking about who that person is. Are they spending more time with the narcissist that you even know about? Example, is the narcissist or was the narcissist staying late at work, claiming that they had a mountain of work to get done, and perhaps they were rendezvousing with the new supply or this person that they were triangulating you with? You see, the narcissist is always testing the temperature of the relationship with you, with the new supply, with their immediate family members, with kids, with their acquaintances, and with colleagues and everybody, because the narcissist looks at people as opportunities. They look at people as weak and frail, and they look at people as ways to take advantage of. So what the narcissist didn't want you to see, they didn't want you to see that you were being triangulated. They didn't want you to see that your bank account was going to zero. Another one, the smear campaign. Well, for you people in the community and on the channel that may not have the information or the wisdom on the smear campaign, a quick synopsis is when the narcissist is telling people lies about you. They're telling flat out untruths about you to anybody that matters to you, even to people that you don't even know. And the smear campaign was something the narcissist didn't want you to figure out that was being instilled upon you, because they didn't want you to have the network and the support network that you had. They wanted to blow up all the relationships that you had, and they wanted to even blow up people that perhaps in the future you would have met, but you never had the opportunity to, because they were drinking the Kool-Aid from the smear campaign. So the narcissist didn't want you to figure out that that was taking place. Prime example, you're in a hobby group or a community or a religious organization, and you're liked and you're appreciated, and people look forward to seeing you and communicating with you, and Then one day you go to one of these hobby groups or religious organizations or work, whatever it is, and you're not being talked to that much, or people are giving you the cold shoulder, and you can't figure it out because you're contributing more than you've ever contributed to that community or organization. You're a staple in the community, and then all of a sudden people aren't really speaking with you that much, or there's rumblings going on, and you don't know what it is. Well, you just entered the smear campaign because the narcissist was telling people in whatever organization it was not good things about you. They were trying to have people turn against you. And this is what the narcissist does. This is how the narcissist breaks relationships. This is how they drive wedges between people and anything that matters to them. But the narcissist didn't want you to see that. They didn't want you to figure it out. What the narcissist was doing when they were triangulating you, financially abusing you, and administering the smear campaign and so many other things, they were sitting on the sidelines with a front row view watching your life implode. And this was all by design by the creature, i.e. the narcissist, because the narcissist was envious of you and jealous of you, and the narcissist may have even wanted to be you. Many times when I use that last expression on the channel, when I create videos, people say, what are you talking about? Why would someone want to beat somebody else? Well, when you're not honest or authentic or genuine, like the narcissist, you have to steal people's identities. You have to take their hobbies, take their relationships, take their health, take their money, their time, their effort, their empathy, and have these people doubting themselves. That's why when you were in the relationship, the narcissist was envious and jealous of you. They're probably still envious and jealous of you right now, but what they did is they had you become a shell of yourself, and you became an extension of the narcissist. And this is what the narcissist does. This is why they're so good at what they do. This is why they're master manipulators. This is why the narcissist cannot introspect or be accountable. They cannot change. They cannot ascend or elevate. All they do is change the mask that they wear to fit the circumstances that they're a part of currently. So example, when they were with you, they wore one mask. Maybe you guys like to go hot air ballooning, traveling, and searching for gold coins on the beach. And now what does the narcissist like to do? Well, now they like to read books, they like to read poetry, and they like to go swimming. You see, the narcissist shapes and shifts any which way the wind blows. And the narcissist didn't want you to know that, which is another thing. The narcissist didn't want you to realize that they never cared about you. They didn't love you. They don't love the new supply. They don't care about their own children. They don't care about their own parents or their friends of 20 years, wink, wink, or people they work with or acquaintances or the people that give them business, etc. The narcissist is a ticking time bomb. They're like a bull in a china shop, and they want to destroy anything that they encounter. And that does include your health, time, money, energy, effort, love, empathy, everything I talk about on the channel. But what the narcissist doesn't want you to see is that they are frail themselves. They are hollow. They're shallow. This is why the narcissist needs to unplug every so often. And this is why they disappear sometimes. When the narcissist disappears, it's not always to the new supply. Sometimes they just jump in their car and they drive as far away from civilization as they can, and they have to face the demons that spin around in their toxicity of their brain. Sometimes the narcissist will just unplug in their own household and turn the lights off, and everything will go pitch black. And you will think that you would think that they were with somebody, but they were just resetting. Because how the narcissist resets, it's by abuse. It's by pillaging people's lives. It's by having to process at times some of the toxicity that rolls around in their tiny little pea brain. The narcissist is stuck and trapped in the narcissistic abusive cycle, and they kept you down there with them in that low vibrational quagmire state for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. But you are no longer down there. At least that's my hope. My hope is you've broken the trauma bond. You're out of the devaluation stage. You're out of the narcissistic fog, and you have healed, or you are well on the healing path. And you are understanding that that person, i.e. the narcissist, they never had your best interest at heart. They didn't then, they don't now, and they won't in the future. So you will need to cut ties with the narcissist. You'll need to cut the 4 ties that were tethered to you, which were the emotional tie, the financial tie, the physical tie, and the spiritual tie. If you've cut these ties, you know what I'm talking about. This is when you will begin to elevate. This is when you will begin to ascend. This is when you will exit the cocoon of boundaries, and you will really find your purpose. You will find your calling. You will see the doors of abundance open up for you, and you will see the doors of opportunity and possibility arise all around you. But until you reach that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference, You will need to do work. You will need to insulate yourself and protect yourself. You will need to journal, to meditate, to heal childhood wounds, to watch videos, to write. You'll have to slow your life down, and you will still have to really understand that where you are today is not where you will be in 3 months, in 6 months, in 9 months, and in 12 months. Because the healing path is not linear. It will take time. It will take a lot of time, but in your time you will heal if you utilize the tools that are provided for you on the channel and in the community. Be patient with yourself. Be stoic. Be kind. Be forthright. Be determined. Be resilient. Be focused, and understand that going no contact and blocking the narcissist and anybody from that period of time who is still connected with the narcissist is the path. You need to insulate and protect who you surround yourself with, and the narcissist should be the first person to be removed from your life. Other things that the narcissist didn't want you to see is that they're weak, they're cowards, they're bullies. Usually the narcissist has the loudest voice in the room, but not always. But the narcissist wanted you believing that they had your best interest at heart. And when you finally found that needle in a haystack and you wrapped your head around the fact that the person that you loved or were in love with really was trying to tear you down for the count. They were trying to make sure you didn't exist, not trying to trigger you or upset you, but this is what these people want. They want you to be living in a state of misery. They want you existing in the devaluation stage. They want you stuck pining for them. They want you stuck thinking and wondering, could you have done more? Should you have done more? Is there any way you could have stayed in that relationship any longer? Well, I'll tell you right now, you couldn't have done more. You shouldn't have done more. Each and every narcissistic relationship has an expiration date. Every one of them will end. It's just a matter of time, whether you were discarded or whether the narcissist would end it, or whether you would figure it out and end it yourself. And then you would have to enter the healing path. But this is what the narcissistic abusive cycle does by design. It's meant to debilitate people, to keep them stuck, to keep them in the narcissistic fog, and to have them not find their higher purpose and not fulfill their calling. But that is not what you're doing or what you have done. You are understanding that you are the priority, that you come first, second, and third, and that the narcissist has no place in your life any longer. And there are so many other things the narcissist didn't want you to know and didn't want you to see. Example, when you put the roof over their head, maybe they claimed that they needed the roof because they didn't have money. Well, what were they doing? They were just leeching off of you. They probably had money in their bank account, but they were using it for a rainy day or saving it for themselves. Another thing the narcissist didn't want you to see is they were squirreling money away behind the scenes. While you were paying for everything, they were taking from you in the joint accounts or their paycheck if they worked, and they were hiding money and buying gold and assets and other things or properties. This is what the narcissist does. Other things the narcissist didn't want you to see would be that they actually didn't like their friends. Think about what I'm sharing with you. So frequently when you were triangulated, it would be sometimes with the narcissist's friends. I am not talking about a romantic way. I'm just talking about, they would say that so-and-so says A, B, and C, and you're lucky to be with me, etc., all these things. Well, the truth of the matter is the narcissist doesn't even like their friends. They're using their friends for what their friends provide, which would include beach houses, which would include yachts, which would include access to communities and parties. It would include social status. It would include money, etc. The narcissist uses and abuses anybody in their purview. Anybody that is close in the proximity of the narcissist is a target. Nobody is safe from the narcissistic abusive cycle. Everybody is expendable. Everybody is replaceable. It's not until you get the wisdom and you go no contact and you finally understand that the narcissist won't change. They will only deteriorate over time, and that you're fortunate that you're out of that relationship, because it was not a pleasant experience, to say the least, and I'm being extremely polite. The narcissistic relationship is the relationship you need to heal from. And there are so many other things that the narcissist didn't want you to see. They didn't want you to see that the narcissist is absolutely one of the most paranoid and anxiety really riddled people you will ever meet. The thing is, they had you placed in that trauma bond. They had you believing in the mask. They had you believing that they were healthy and stable and that they had everything going for them. They have absolutely nothing going for them once you finally break the trauma bond and you understand who these creatures are. The narcissist ends up living a life of misery, of what ifs, of blown up relationships. Many of them absolutely, they can't fathom what they once had and what they once destroyed in so many different relationships, but specifically with you, because you are the bright shining light. You're the beautiful bright shining light that the narcissist tried to extinguish, but they couldn't do it because you are too strong. And once you broke all the ties, you began to elevate higher than the sun, the moon, the stars, and that's where you are now living. You are now living where you should be, which is way far away from the narcissist. Leave the narcissist in that low vibrational quagmire state, lower than a blade of grass below your shoe. Do not give them opportunities. Do not give them other chances. Make sure you do go no contact. Do not give them money. Do not give them access to you. Do not let them know anything about you. Do not let them know that what they did was actually catapult you on such a higher trajectory that you did not even believe where you've elevated. Why I said that before I close the video is, first of all, nobody ever wanted to be in a toxic narcissistic relationship, myself included. But once you heal and you heal properly, you enter the third version of you, the strongest, most galvanized version of you known to humankind. This is rarefied air. It's where you are now living, or you're about to get to. It's where the narcissist never thought you would be or reach, because they thought they took you down for the count, but they didn't. And you put yourself back together. You dusted yourself off by the bootstraps. You picked yourself up. You rose through the ashes like a phoenix. And now you are in that strongest, most galvanized version of yourself known to humankind. And that is rarefied air. That's where you are. That's where the narcissist never thought you would be. And that's where they didn't want you to ever figure out that you would end up. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the rainy Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. I was looking at the water behind me. That's not usually not a pond, and the rain's coming again. Namaste. I hope you liked the video. I love doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. And before I close the video, on one of the videos I created last year, we had an alleged Bigfoot sighting. I'm beginning to think back here behind me, there could be a Loch Ness monster sighting. So I'm going to get out of here before these real big rainstorms come. I hope you guys are doing great. I love you all. Play the video, play it a few times, pay it forward to someone who could use it, and understand how powerful and how strong you are. Don't let the narcissist get to you. Maintain no contact. Continue to move forward each and every day, and continue to believe in yourself. I believe in you more than you will ever know. Follow the path. It is leading you to the promised land, which is the pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. I love you all. God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody. It's really gonna rain. Bye.